Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're tackling a job that, just a couple of years ago, a lot of people were writing off as a temporary gimmick. And now, well, it's quietly becoming one of the most powerful and high-paying roles in the entire tech industry. We're talking about the surprising evolution of the prompt engineer.
Not that long ago, this was the question on everyone's mind. The theory was pretty simple. AI would get so smart, so intuitive, that it would make the role of a prompt engineer totally obsolete. So, were they right? Well, it's 2026, and the reality could not be more different.
I mean, just look at this number, 250%. Instead of disappearing, LinkedIn data shows a staggering 250% year-over-year increase in job postings for these specialized roles. This isn't a dying field, it's absolutely booming.
So you see, it's not about the job dying, it's about it completely transforming. What started out as kind of a niche skill for hobbyists has now become the serious high-stakes technical discipline that's actually central to how major companies operate.
Okay, so how on earth did we get from a fad to a foundational role in tech? Let's trace that evolution, because it's pretty wild.
This slide just lays it out perfectly, right? Back in 2024, people thought of it as a soft skill for writers trying to coax better blog posts out of a chatbot. Fast forward to today, 2026, and nope, it's a hardcore technical skill for the architects designing the AI systems that run entire companies. And, of course, the money is following the need. The market itself tells the whole story. We're looking at a jump from about $670 million this year to nearly $7 billion within the decade. To put that in perspective, that's a growth rate of 33% every single year. The growth is just explosive.
So what does all this growth really mean? Well, it means opportunity. We are in a genuine AI gold rush right now, and you could say prompt engineers are the ones selling the most valuable shovels.
And who's doing the hiring? You might be thinking it's just the big tech names, right? Wrong. The hiring spree is coming from everywhere. We're seeing financial giants like JP Chase using these skills to automate research, healthcare leaders like Cigna building patient systems with them, and consulting firms like Accenture making it a core part of their entire business.
With that kind of demand, you know what comes next. The salaries are going through the roof. In the US, you're starting at over $100,000. But just look at the leap on this chart to the senior architect level. We're talking $350,000 and up. The top firms are literally in a bidding war for the best talent.
Okay, so what kind of skills command a $350,000 salary? This right here is where the job description has changed the most.
Yeah, it is no longer about just writing a simple text prompt, not by a long shot. The job today is shaped by three massive trends. First, agentic workflows, which means building AIs that can plan and act on their own. Second, multimodal prompting, because AI now understands images, voice, and data. And third, and this one is huge, safety guardrails. You have to know how to prevent these powerful models from causing real harm.
And on the technical side, things have gotten really serious. Python is now a must-have for most top roles. But just as important is a deep understanding of how these models actually think. That means knowing about things like tokenization, how the AI breaks words into pieces, and embeddings, which is how it understands the relationships between those pieces.
And then there's what might be the most critical technical skill of all right now, RAG, or Retrieval Augmented Generation. Here's why it's a game changer. Think about it. A standard AI only knows about the public internet. RAG is the technique that allows you to securely connect that AI to your company's private, real-time data, making it actually useful for business.
But hey, it's not all about code. A prompt engineer who also understands the nuances of law or medicine is invaluable because they know the right questions to ask. You combine that domain knowledge with a scientific mindset, the ability to constantly test and refine prompts, and you have the perfect candidate.
All of which brings us right back to where we started, to that big myth. Is this job just going to be automated away? Well, the reality is actually the exact opposite. As one industry expert put it, automation is handling the simple stuff, but that just increases the demand for human experts who can architect the complex, high-risk instructions that are now running critical parts of our economy. And as the role becomes more strategic, more essential, well, we're seeing the job title itself begin to evolve.
Away from prompt engineer and towards a title that better reflects the reality of the job, AI solutions architect. Because it's no longer just about writing the perfect sentence, it's about designing the entire system that sentence plugs into.
So the title and the tools will keep evolving, but the core mission, that remains the same. It's about bridging the gap between human intent and machine execution. Ultimately, it's about teaching machines how to think.